Hello, welcome to the channel. Now, if you remember last week, we were at SHEFFIELD Hall, and this is Annesley Hall. Of course, we're in Nottinghamshire, but this one, it's a beautiful old place, and it's big. And it's perhaps not a sister site, but it's definitely, there's a connection between the two properties, which we'll go into in a short while. So yeah, oh, look at that. Yeah, so welcome everyone to Annesley Hall. We're going to have a wander around. No naysayers. Annesley Hall, I mean, this is actually Annesley Manor House, technically, because Annesley Hall was built in the 1300s, I believe. That's when the hall went up, but in, I think, the 1600s, it was replaced by the manor house, as we now see part of it. And in the 1660s, an additional extension was built, which we're going to go and have a look at now. Now, this place is steeped in history, okay? And the reason it's got this connection to, oh, there's a window there, look. Hold that thought. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, see if we can see anything. Oh yeah, hang on. Get a bit of some light on it. There's not much in there, and I'm not doing an urban exploration. It's not really urban, is it? A rural exploration. Can't say that now. Rural exploration. There you go. That this whole place was lived in until, I don't know, the 1970s. I'm saying this, so if it wasn't the 1970s, I'll put the correct date up on the screen there now so you can see. It's been empty for some decades now, and it's in shocking condition. So there are various ways in. This is one of them. Another one, you can actually get in via the church. But I think the church, the entrance from there, you can only get into that part anyway. So you'd still need to come down here in order to see this, which is the main part of the manor. This was used at the time for servants' quarters. Now, I only know that because this whole site was included in an episode, I think, of Most Haunted. And they went in there, and that was where all the inverted commas magic happened. So, the connection with Mary Chorworth, obviously the SHEFFIELD Hall over there, Chorworth Musters, it's that name, it keeps cropping up in this area. But Mary Chorworth, who lived in this place, special friend of a certain Lord Byron, who spent time in here putting pen to paper, apparently. The grounds are extensive. You can sort of wander around the woodland, which we will maybe do, or maybe we'll just fly over it. But this is really where it's at. There's a raised garden here. There's another one round the other side. And on the other side of the road, there's a main road there, which we came in on. And on the other side of that is the ice house, which also belonged to this site here. I'm not sure if it still does, it might do. There's no water in this pond, unfortunately. As you can see, it's dry as a bone. But there's a bit of old firewood in there, look. What usually happens is the foundation of these things gets a crack and the water just drains out. Up here we have another raised garden. We'll go and have a look. See, I originally thought that this was the ice house, but it's not. Oh, I don't know what it is. I make a lovely little fallout shelter. No one likes fallout. As I say, raised garden up here. And usually, well, certainly at late summer, early autumn, it'll be a little late now, but there are loads of wild raspberries all around the place. So probably a little bit late for that now. Well, here we've got brambles, but again, a little bit on the late side, I think, for that. You've got a new roof, or sections of roof, but then you've got whole sections of the building where the structural integrity is deteriorated to a point where it's barely a wall. You can usually hear red kites from that direction. I'm not hearing any today, but we will go and have a wander around there. But so far no one's bothered us, which is fairly unusual in this place. The grounds should certainly be open and the public should be able to come and enjoy the history of their country. And that will be a great way of raising revenue to complete the work. But for some reason, this place has been kept for some years now as like almost a secure site. And that's a pity. Everyone who came here got moaned up by some sort of security guy, I think. But there's no sign of him today. Now we can't get up that one, unfortunately, to the raised garden there because it's all been, you know, panelled off and I can't be bothered to be clambering about. At my age, good God, no. I don't know if you can see up there, look, in that window, you've got so many bits of wall missing, and I think that section of roof hasn't been done. It's just open to the elements again. And over long periods of time, as we all know, the elements can be very unkind to a building such as this, water ingress being a major problem. And in the case of this building, fires, or at least one that I know of, that did an awful lot of damage. So back at the servants' quarters, what's the roof like here? I've seen worse, in fairness. I've seen worse. I mean, there's supposed to be cameras all over the place. I've not seen any. Oh yeah, actually that roof is pretty shocking. That bit is anyway. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Is that a Velux window? I mean, that's what, got to be 8.5, 9 feet tall, 12 feet there. And these little breaches are constantly appearing and getting patched up, but as they're patched up, a new one will be created. So there is the beginning of a bridle way. So what's wrong with this is that doesn't give you 1.5 meters clearance. And at the other end, which I'm not going to walk to right now, it's all the way up on the Hucknall Road or whatever that's called up there. It's wider, but it's been fenced off, or gated, should I say. Now you can get through if you're walking, you can squeeze through, but there are certain laws, regulations attached to bridleways. Yes, they are publicly accessible, but also they're supposed to have 1.5 meters access, and that is so you can bring a horse through. And they've gone really out of their way. But what makes it worse is they've gone out of their way to disguise the fact that there is public access here, to the point where I think twice now in court they've been denied the permission to put raised bollards and stuff in there to stop people coming through. And quite right, because it's a bridleway. But they really don't want people to be able to get this close, and it's a shame. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll get the drone of contention out of the bag, pop it in the air, and let's get a bird's eye view of this place. think that's about all we're going to do here. There's nobody around, there's no building whereby I can go and knock on the door and say I'm here. So we've had no interaction with anyone at all, but I'm glad I came. Wandering around these grounds, it's all too easy to surmise that whoever purchased this site did so more as a vanity project than anything else. But it seems to be someone whose vanity exceeded either their financial solvency or enthusiasm or commitment, or perhaps a combination of all three, required to give a site like this, a historical site like this, the love and the attention that it deserves. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, share, all of that malarkey, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.